What if the past didn't just haunt you? What if it waited for the perfect moment to come back? In the way home, peace is never real, it's borrowed, and in Port Haven, even silence feels like a warning. For one brief moment, it almost looks normal. 2 suitcases by the door, one messy, lived in, the other clean, controlled. A quiet kitchen, morning light spilling across the counter. And Kat holding onto a cup of coffee like it's the only thing keeping her grounded. She looks better, not healed, just holding together. Then Elliot walks in. There's no urgency, no panic, no secrets between them for once. Just a long pause where they look at each other like they're trying to remember what life used to feel like before everything got complicated. He reaches for her hand. Not dramatically, not desperately, just gently. And in that small moment, you can feel what they're trying to build. Something normal, something real. For the next 48 hours, he tells her, they're not chasing answers, they're not diving into mysteries, they're just 2 people, leaving. Kat smiles, but it doesn't fully land, because the truth is, she doesn't remember how to leave. As they step outside, the camera lingers, not on them, but on the land, the trees, the quiet stretch of woods where the pond hides like a secret that refuses to stay buried. Every time Kat looks in that direction, Elliot notices, and every time he redirects her, not forcefully, just enough, because he knows if she looks too long, she won't leave at all. They get into the car, the engine starts, and for a second it feels like they've won, like they're finally choosing themselves over the past. But then, Kat sees something. Not clearly, not enough to explain, just a flicker in the side mirror, a shadow, or maybe someone. Her hand moves instantly to the door handle, instinct. Elliot doesn't react with anger, he doesn't argue, he just looks tired. And that's what hits hardest, because this isn't the first time, and deep down he knows it won't be the last. He asks her one simple thing. Can you leave it behind just for 2 days? That question hangs in the air longer than anything else, because it's not really about the pond, it's about them. Kat exhales, slow, heavy. Then finally, she lets go. They drive away, but the camera doesn't follow. It stays behind, watching the empty driveway, as if the house itself is waiting, as if something inside those woods just lost sight of her and isn't done yet. Inside the house, the silence changes. Not peaceful, not calm, alive. Ellis feels it immediately. When you're alone in a place like this, you start to notice things you're not supposed to. The way the floor creaks differently, the way the air feels heavier in certain rooms, the way the past doesn't feel past. She doesn't go to the kitchen. She doesn't distract herself. Instead, she goes up, to the attic, because some part of her already knows that's where the truth is hiding. The door opens with a slow, dragging sound. Dust floats in the air like something disturbed after years of waiting. This isn't storage, it's a memory vault, and Ellis walks straight into it. Flashlight in hand, heart racing, but not from fear, from curiosity, from something deeper. She starts digging, old boxes, papers, records no one was supposed to revisit. Each page feels heavier than the last, like the more she reads, the less she can go back to being normal. Then she finds it, a small, hidden diary. Not her mother's, not her grandmother's, something older, something wrong. When she opens it, a dried flower slips out and hits the floor, fragile, dead, like it's been waiting for this moment. The handwriting inside isn't calm, it's rushed, uneven, desperate. And as Ellis reads, something stops making sense. The dates, they don't match reality, they don't match anything. Her breathing changes.
because suddenly this isn't history anymore, it's evidence. The pond doesn't just take people, it leaves things behind, and whatever this is, it wasn't meant to be found. Then, a sound. Behind her, a single creak. Alice freezes in her hand, because the house isn't quiet anymore.
The creak doesn't repeat. That's what makes it worse, because silence after a sound like that means something is listening. Alice doesn't turn around right away. Her body locks in place, breath shallow, eyes still fixed on the page in front of her, like if she looks away, whatever's behind her will move. But the feeling doesn't leave. It grows, slow, heavy, watching. Finally, she turns. Nothing, just the attic, dust, shadows stretching across old beams. But the air has changed, and deep down she knows. She crossed a line. She quickly closes the diary, but her hands hesitate before letting it go, because now she understands. This wasn't just someone's thoughts. It was a warning, and she just read it. Downstairs, the house settles again, but not into peace, into something tighter, like it's holding its breath. Outside, the calm doesn't last either. In the barn, Dell moves with quiet focus, stacking hay, grounding herself in routine. Beside her, Sam works in rhythm, the steady scrape of tools filling the space between them. It's simple, safe, almost normal, and that's exactly when it breaks. The sound of tires on gravel cuts through everything. Both of them stop, not slowly, instantly, because that sound doesn't belong here, not like that. A truck rolls into view, old, rusted, moving too slow, not arriving, hunting. Dell doesn't need to see the driver. She already knows. Her posture changes, shoulders stiff, jaw tight. Sam notices immediately, stepping forward, ready to step in. But Dell stops him with one hand. Firm, final. This isn't his fight. It never was. The truck door opens, and Vic steps out. He doesn't greet them, doesn't smile, doesn't even pretend. He just stands there like he belongs. And that's what makes Dell's expression harden even more, because he used to. Vic looks around slowly, taking in the barn, the land, the house in the distance, not like a visitor, like an owner returning after a long absence. His voice, when it comes, is rough, dry, like every word has weight behind it. He doesn't ask how they are. He talks about the land, about changes, about things that shouldn't matter to someone who walked away years ago. But he knows too much. Details no outsider should notice. Repairs, boundaries, small shifts in the property. And with every word, one thing becomes clear. He's been watching for a long time. Dell steps forward now, placing herself between him and everything else. Her voice stays steady, but there's fire underneath it. She reminds him of the truth. He left. He gave this place up. Whatever claim he thinks he has, it's gone. Vic laughs. Not loud, not emotional. Empty, like he already knows something she doesn't. Then he drops it. Not a threat, not directly, just information. A deal, something old, something buried, an agreement made long before any of them were standing here. A handshake in the dark between families that was never meant to resurface. But now it matters. Now it could change everything. Sam watches, trying to piece it together, realizing this isn't just about land. This is history, power, and something tied far deeper than property lines. Vic starts walking along the fence, placing his hand across the wood like he's measuring it, reclaiming it piece by piece. Then his attention shifts toward the woods, toward the pond,
and the look in his eyes changes, subtle but unmistakable, recognition, understanding, and something else, intent. Del sees it, and that's when the real fear hits, because whatever Vic came for, it's not just the farm, it's what the farm is hiding. He turns back one last time, no goodbye, no resolution, just a final glance that says this isn't over, not even close. Then he leaves. The truck disappears down the road, but the dust doesn't settle. It hangs in the air, thick, suffocating, like a storm that hasn't fully arrived yet. Del stands there unmoving, because she knows that one visit just cracked something open. Inside the house, Alice still holds the diary. Outside, Vic knows more than he should, and somewhere in the woods, the pond is still there, waiting. Because in Port Haven, the past doesn't stay buried. It comes back, stronger, darker, and this time, it's not asking for permission.